How's everybody today? Good. Well, it was certainly our goal, this week, to finish spring practice and continue to improve. And I was certainly encouraged today that the energy and intensity and enthusiasm was, better. We got a lot of reps out there today, even though this was our third practice in shorts and helmets. And I really do think that we made a lot of progress this spring with a lot of players. Obviously, we're not satisfied with where we are, but this A-Day game, I think I look at a little bit like it's an exhibition game for our players and our team. It's an opportunity for them to go out and play game-like circumstance, game-like situation, and it's really your first opportunity as an individual, as a unit, or as a team to, really create an identity for who you are, how you play, how you compete, the kind of effort you give, the kind of toughness you play with, the kind of discipline you have to execute, the ability to focus on the next play regardless of what happened on the last play. And those things are important, I think, in being able to compete through the tough circumstances and adversity that we have in our league, and tough games, as well as in tough places to play. So this is important for us. I think it's important for us to have great support, as game-like as we can get it, with a lot of folks there that show a lot of interest and passion for this team, this particular team. The format that we'll use for A-Day is we put the first offense on a team and they play against the first defense, and then we have the second offense on another team, and they play against the second defense all the time, and that makes the game, the good players, the best players, at least for now, are playing against the best players, and the backup players are playing against the backup players, so it makes a very, very competitive game. And that's how we want it to be, because we always have the traditional steak and beans on Monday, which I really enjoy. As the commissioner, I can basically, the players were on me the other day, said you have to choose a team, because they get tired of me over there eating steak and not being on a team. But it's not just the steak, it's the tablecloth, the roses on every table, waitresses waiting on you. And the other side of it is paper plates, one pot, beans, paper towels for napkins, plastic silverware. I mean, and then all that goes with it. So we try to make it fun for the players, and we try to make it a competitive game. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day on Saturday. We're certainly looking forward and excited about this game, our team. For 7 years we've had a great response to A-Day. It's a great traditional day here for a lot of folks to come back here, and a lot of activities for former players and A-Club folks, golf outings, a lot of fan interest and a lot of fan support. And we'll have a ton of people here that are guys that we're looking at for the future in terms of recruits that can be very much impressed by the energy, enthusiasm, and the passion that we show in this game. And I think it's a tradition and something that we're very proud of, and something that has helped the program tremendously. And I hope that we continue to show that kind of support for our team and the program, and I think it's very, very beneficial. We only have 3 guys, same 3 guys all year, all spring, I mean. Lake, Eddie Jackson, and D. White won't participate in the game. Everybody else we expect to participate in the game.
Start with Michael. Left. Now 14 practices, and wanted to know how far Cam Robinson's come on the offensive line.
He's done a good job. He really has. He's got a lot of ability. Learning curve is huge. But he's a bright guy, he's a smart guy, he's conscientious, and is really trying to learn. Does he still make mental errors? Absolutely. But we feel like the best way for him to continue to develop is, to be around players that, can help him and support him. And, hopefully we'll be able to develop a little chemistry with this group in the offensive line. But, Cam has done a really good job. He knows and we know that he has a ways to go. And it'll be a little bit of a work in progress, probably right up to the first game. And hopefully, he'll be able to continue to make the improvements that he needs to make to play winning football for us.
What kind of progress has Geno Smith made, and what kind of role can he have in this defense this year?
Well, Geno's had a really good spring. He's really been active and played well at safety. I still think that, sometimes he's a little bit uncertain of what to do. Sometimes he's a little bit uncertain of exactly how to do it. But that's why we'll practice, and, he can, study himself and this summer and, work on some things this summer as well as in fall camp. And, hopefully we'll be able to make the kind of progress with him that he's certainly got the ability. And I think he can make a huge impact for us next year if we can get him feeling confident and comfortable in everything that he's expected to do.
Coach Saban, I know you have other coaches come through sometime during the spring, and I wondered what that does. Is it a two-way street where you get help from that and they get help from being here? And in conjunction with that, of Peyton Manning coming in, what is his role, if any, in that sort of thing?
Well, when we have, I guess the best way to answer the question is who's doing who a favor. Sometimes we have people that we ask to come in, right, because we want to learn from them. Because, the goals that you have for next year are basically the things that you struggled with last year. All right, so you make a list of those things through your quality control, and then you go out and look for people who might be able to help you develop a little more expertise, a better way to teach, better way to coach, some situation. So sometimes we bring somebody in here to visit with us. Sometimes we have people call us and ask us if they can come and visit us, right, and try to learn from us, right, which we, share with quite a few people. And I think we usually learn from them as well, when that happens. Peyton Manning has been a friend and very well respected for a long time, ever since I coached in the league. We played him when he was in Indianapolis and I was in Miami. His dad's been a really good friend of mine for a long, long, long time. And Adam Gase, his offensive coordinator, worked for me at Michigan State and LSU. So the two of them were just making some visits and, to be honest with you, he was just trying to learn so he could be a better player, which I think a lot of people would say, wow, the guy is one of the best, if not the best, and certainly from a career standpoint, probably about as good as anybody's been in the history of the league. After all the experience and knowledge that he has, he's going out trying to seek more knowledge and understanding of the game of football so he can play better. It's a great example for a lot of young people, whether they're playing high school, college, Pop Warner, or whatever. And it's something that I have a tremendous amount of respect for and really enjoyed visiting with him. We also, since they're a no-huddle team, we had a lot of questions for them, in terms of what gives them problems and what defensive teams do that give them problems. So, that was a kind of a mutual, hopefully, benefit. I know it was a benefit to us. I hope it was a benefit to them as well.
Coach, this is unrelated to A-Day, but the NCAA passed the unlimited meals, snacks for players, walk-ons, et cetera. Were y'all in support of that? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm in support of that. I'm in support of anything to do more for the players. I always have been. We don't know the specifics of the rule quite yet and how we can, legally implement it in terms of, what we're going to do differently to help the players. But as always, our commitment to helping the players will be everything that we can do to help them in terms of what we do. Amy does a great job here with the nutrition part of what we do, with training table, with things that she's allowed to do right now to, help players from a nutrition standpoint and a conditioning standpoint. So we're excited about having the opportunity to make sure that players are getting enough nutrition, and I think this is a good thing for the players. Excuse me?
Not just Oreo cookies at midnight that you
I don't think so. Look, that's not what we give them anyway. Whatever we do, because we have one of the best nutritionists in the country here, is going to be something that's healthy and beneficial for them. And then we'll do it to the degree that we're allowed to do it by rule.
Last one real quick, Mark.
I just wondering if you had an update on LT Penny and Kenny Drake. Didn't see them during our practice viewing time.
Well, there is no update. They didn't do what they were supposed to do in school this week. So I sent them to study table for 4 hours, and they didn't come to practice. And if they don't stay over there for 4 hours, they probably won't play in the spring game. So, no update, just a fact. So I'd rather do it now than during the season. All these players need to learn that they have a responsibility and an obligation to do the right thing for themselves. And, we're not asking one player here to do anything that's not going to benefit him. That's really what we're trying to do. And our guys getting an education and doing what they're supposed to do in school is a top priority. And we have a systematic approach to how they need to do it. They understand it. When they don't do those things, then ultimately, I don't think we should let them participate.